Today we're down near Cannon Street Station and we're walking along towards London Bridge through an area that was ancient Roman. So this was part that was connected with Londinium, the Roman city that started it all. And we're just seeing what we can find along here, some interesting little things.
Yeah.
So come and have a look. We've arrived at Cannon Street Station. Let's head down to the Thames foreshore. The road here follows the ancient path of the Walbrook River. The Walbrook is one of the many lost rivers of London, now running through a drain pipe far below the present street level. It played a very important part in the Roman settlement of Londinium, the city that we now call London. Walbrook divided the city into two hills, Ludgate Hill to the west and Cornhill to the east. We have timed the visit for low tide. It's really nice down here in the cool of the evening with the sun going down over the bridges, and there are a few other mudlarkers around picking up things. See anything interesting?
I don't know.
Oh, I got an oyster shell.
I think that's interesting. Do you? The one with a hole in it? Nice big one.
No one knows for certain why the holes are there. Some may be natural due to predators, some may have been man-made with the hole drilled for wooden pegs to nail the shell in place to patch a roof. Another oyster shell with a hole through it.
There's a few of them, isn't there?
Yeah, thousands of oyster shells here. Oysters are expensive now, but were once cheap food for the poor. There are estimates that in 1864, 700 million oysters were eaten in London alone. In Victorian times, a farthing could buy 3 oysters with bread and butter from an oyster seller walking the streets of London. You have to remember, in this part of the foreshore, you're not allowed to scrape or move anything. You can just use your eyes, and if you can pick it up, then it's fine. But there's no digging allowed, and certainly not even scraping. So you're not even meant to sort of scrape your foot through the stones to see what's underneath. Here is where the water for the ancient Walbrook River now empties into the Thames. Let's keep an eye out for Roman pottery here. Our first Roman find. It's a piece of Samian ware, a high-quality tableware that was particularly popular and widespread in the Western Roman Empire. I like to imagine it on a dining table in a Roman villa being passed around before it was broken and found its way into the River Thames nearly 2,000 years ago.
What can you see here? It's a broken clay pipe bowl. Then an even older pipe bowl. Can you spot it? Old pipes like this one are small, as tobacco was originally very expensive. We're finding some quite nice little pieces. They're very water-worn and very broken up, and I would think that an experienced mudlarker probably wouldn't even pick them up. But for us, it's just great fun. A little bit of history coming through in every little find, something new about the life in London, or even in Londinium, going back to the Romans. But there's Tudor, you know, just Georgian, just all through history here. And it's really exciting, especially when you make a nice little find. That little first pipe bowl that I showed you, I just literally walked down to the shore, stopped and looked down, and there it was right in front of me. That's just so cool.
Another bit of pipe stem. I want to find the whole pipe. That's what I'm after. They're everywhere on the foreshore. How many can you count here? Got a different colour in there, hasn't it? It's quite rough there, but it's smooth here.
Good.
Almost looks like it's a bit of a curve, eh?
Yeah, I think that dark patch is where it hasn't fired properly.
Okay.
I'm not totally certain. A lot of this is just research later, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's good fun though.
Hi, what have we got there?
Is that
Another piece of that
another
stuff.
piece?
Yeah.
Perhaps we should take one.
Yeah, we don't need.
No, we don't need all of them, but we've got to decide which is the best, don't we? We're finding more and more interesting pieces.
Okay, what have you found this time, Lynn?
I'm very pleased with my finds, although I don't really know what they are. That looks like a bowl. That
Yeah,
looks really old, eh?
base of a bowl.
Very pleased with that.
Yep.
It would have been used in a Roman kitchen like this one. And look at this.
Oh, nice.
Ta-da!
I think that's Victorian transfer ware, if I'm not mistaken. Not totally sure, but I think that's what it is.
Got a nice picture on it too,
Yeah,
isn't
very
it?
cool.
The Temperance movement was dedicated to promoting moderation and, more often, complete abstinence in the use of intoxicating liquor. It has an unofficial coat of arms. The shield is made of 9 pictures. On the top row, under freedom, is a man losing his chains. He's free from alcohol.
A pipkin is an earthenware cooking pot with 3 legs and at least 1 handle.
I turn some of the things over and see if there's anything. Whoa, look at that.
Yeah,
That's what
I think
we
that's
want.
called Staffordshire slipware. But we'll need to check that.
Wow.
Now just hold on, I haven't got it quite. Hold it in your hand. Is that good? Yeah. And look what I see over here.
What this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is that a pipkin handle?
it looks like it, doesn't it?
Could be like the other big one we found.
They're very thick,
Yeah.
quite
nice.
distinct.
Surrey whitewares were in widespread use in London during the late medieval era.
Oh, that's nice blue bit too.
Oh, let's have a look. You show me.
Yeah. It's little, but it's very bright.
Yeah, turn it over.
It's very thick. See, looks
Yeah.
like it's over there too. I like that.
Yep. Okay.
A tiny piece of Delphware. Delphware was first produced in London from 1571 by 2 Antwerp potters. Before its development, British potters had been severely restricted by the drab browns and greens of the clays they used. The clean white finish of Delphware allowed them to paint patterns, landscapes and portraits for the first time. In the 1700s, tea bowls, pots, cups and saucers were made. They were the possessions of the middle classes, status symbols, shown off in the best rooms rather than kept in the kitchens. You can see wonderful examples of tin glazed Delphware in the V&A.
We're finding more and more interesting pieces. This looks interesting. Seen under a bright light, there is green in this glaze. There are lots of tiles around today. The large holes are for wooden pegs to attach the tile. Some are round, others square and even triangular. They were mentioned in London building codes as early as 1212 and were most certainly in use earlier. The tiles replaced extremely fire-prone thatched roofs. By the 1400s, they were common enough that laws were passed regulating consistent sizes, popular after the Great Fire of London in 1666. Bones can be found in many places on the foreshore. They come from London butchers, tanneries, taverns and even homes. For centuries, the Thames was the city's dump, and every kind of waste imaginable was tossed into the river. We first thought this was a pile of driftwood. Flint nodules on the foreshore can fool you into thinking it's a man-made object. It's the end of a lovely day mudlarking.
Yeah.
Nearly as good as geocaching.
Yeah, little treasures to be found.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've
good.
had fun.
Okay, let's head back.
Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes peeled. Little treasures are all around you.